Good morning and welcome to Omemee this morning down on Mill Pond at the side of Ski Hill Road, just south of Omemee. It's going to be a gorgeous day today, calling for temperatures up to 26. Already we are at 25 degrees and that is before 8:15 in the morning. So it'll be a nice, beautiful weekend. Some things that you'll want to make sure you take in this beautiful weather are the farmers market at the Legion this afternoon, and tomorrow there's a market in Millbrook as well. Sunday, the United Church in Janetville will be opening their Cornerstone, so that will be very interesting to see what on earth was put in that Cornerstone, that time capsule so many years ago. Now, the health unit has put out advisories telling people they need to educate themselves on blue-green algae, what it looks like, because you don't want to be drinking that water and you don't want to be fishing in that water either. Now, what does blue-green algae look like? That's a good question. Down here at the river's edge, we are looking at some algae, and we're hoping to get a guest from the Ministry of Environment to speak with us later this week about whether this is blue-green algae or whether it's just everyday ordinary algae. Let's take a look at this. Here we have what it looks like, and there's some that looks kind of scummy over there. The other day when I was down here, it actually even looked bubbly. So, is this blue-green algae? I don't know. Excuse my arm there. Rivers to Ocean Week, it stresses the importance of what we do in our local rivers and how it affects our entire planet as the water runs to the ocean. Tomorrow there's a really exciting event going on at Gamiing, just north of Omemee, and it is a Lakeshore festival rounding off Rivers to Oceans Week. So you'll want to make sure you take this in. So this is there's a close-up of this algae that we're seeing here. And we want to make sure that we take care of our water and not abuse the privilege of having it. There's a great First Nations story about how the bullfrog came to be. Do you know it? Once, a long time ago, people lived on the bank of the river, and they loved the river. But one day, all of a sudden, the river dried up. The leader of the village sent a group of braves out to find out what had happened. They walked and walked and walked, and as they walked along, all they could see for miles and miles and miles were dead animals, the animals that lived in the rivers. Finally, they came to a huge dam, and along the top of the dam marched sentries guarding the dam. They called out to the people on top of the dam and they asked, "Please give us some water, our people are dying." And from the other side of the dam came a great deep voice saying, "Give them none, give them none." And they begged and they pleaded and they begged and they pleaded, and finally one of the sentries took pity on them and scooped up a cup full of muddy water and threw it at them, laughing. Well, the warriors went back to their village and they sat in consultation. And they prayed and they asked for God to send them a warrior to help solve this problem. Nanabozo came, and with him he painted half of his face white and the other half black. He brought with him two wolves, one white and one black. And as he walked along, he picked up a cedar tree and he used that for a club. When he came to the village, he asked them if he could have a glass of water. Sadly, they replied they brought forward this little tiny cup of muddy water. He asked, "What happened? Where's your water?" "What?" And then they explained what had happened to the water. Nanabozo went up to the dam, and as he was walking to the dam, he saw those dead fish, and the dead beaver, and the dead muskrats, and the dead tadpoles, and the dead frogs, as they were lying there, dying and gasping for water. When he reached the dam, he called out, "Give us some water, our people are dying." And over on the other side of the dam came this voice, "Give them none, give them none, give them none." Nanabozo asked one more time, "Give us water, our people are dying. Share the water with us." And from the other side came the voice, "Give them none, give them none." Third time he asked, "Our people are dying, give us water." And again came the voice, and this time the ugliest monster anyone had ever seen climbed up on the top of that dam and yelled, "Give them none." With that, Nanabozo grabbed his great cedar club and he smashed the dam. And he grabbed that great green water monster and he squeezed it and he squeezed it. And as he squeezed it, its eyes bulged and its back bent. And he made it smaller and smaller and smaller. And he looked at that thing that had once been the selfish green water monster. And he said, "You shall be called Bullfrog. And from now on, you shall hide when men come to find you. You will not be proud, and you will hide in the rushes, because you will fear man." But to this day, if you listen carefully, and this morning down here by the pond, where'd he go? He was there. He's hiding now. You can hear the bullfrog say, "Give them none, give them none." It is so important to share our water and our resources and take care of it. When the water came rushing down the river, the people were so happy they jumped in the water, and some say that some of them were